Hello everyone, my name is Kate Cunningham and I'm an artist and art tutor based in Arbroath, Scotland. We're all going through a bit of a difficult time just now, so I thought I would share this video with some fun painting techniques that anyone can try using items that you can find in most kitchens. I've also now just finished setting up to provide my one-to-one art lessons online via Zoom, so please feel free to get in touch if you'd like any more information on that. First of all, I'll show you some of the things I'll be using today. Please remember to ask permission before using any of these items, and it's always best to have an adult present for any little ones that would like to have a go. So today I'll be using my watercolour set and paintbrush, and I've got some water in a jar. Now you don't have to use watercolours, you can use acrylics or even the block paints. As long as you've got some water to make it a bit watery, then that would be absolutely fine. The kitchen items that we're going to be using today are some table salt, which I've popped into this little yogurt tub, kitchen sponge, a straw, piece of cling film, tin foil, half a lime, and some washing up liquid in a wee tub with some water. So those are the items that we're going to be using today. After I've showed you the techniques, I'll be putting little examples of little paintings that you can create using these techniques. Please feel free, if you do give any of them a go, to leave your pictures in the comments. I'd love to see them. Okay, so let's get started. So to begin with, I'm just going to use my watercolours. I'm going to pick a colour, any colour. So I think I'll go for this nice Prussian blue. And I'm just going to make a pile here on my palette. Now I'm using my palette today, but you could use a plate or the lid of a Tupperware dish, anything you like really. You'll also notice I've got some watercolour paper here. You can use any paper you like, but the thicker the paper the better. When it comes to normal cartridge paper, it does tend to warp. So I'm making sure this is quite watery, so I'm adding quite a lot of water at the moment. Then what we want to do is we want to just paint that beautiful colour on. Now it's important to keep this quite wet. And whilst it's still wet, we're just going to take some of the table salt that we prepared earlier and just sprinkle it on top. For the best results with the salt, we need to leave it to dry completely. If I zoom in just a little bit, so the salt causes a chemical reaction in that it absorbs the water and leaves the pigment behind. So hopefully, once it's dry, we'll see some really nice kind of white crystal-like spots here. Brush a wee wash and a wee wipe, and then we'll move on to the next one. So same again, just pick any colour, going for a nice red this time. And I'm just going to paint another box. And for this one, we're going to use our cling film. So I've just got a nice kind of square piece here. And I'm just going to lay that directly on top, again, whilst it's still wet. But as I'm laying it down, I'm pushing it together a little bit so that we get these nice patterns forming underneath. Again, for the best results, we need to leave it to dry, but I'll zoom in a little bit again so you can see what I've done with the cling film. Okay, next one. For this next one here, I'm going to get some colour again, and I'm going to get my square of tin foil this time. And then I'm going to turn it the other way and just press it down. You can push it about as well. And you can get some really nice printed effects with this. And you can repeat this step. You can jump it up in different ways. You could use different colours, add different colours on top. Then relayer. Next one that we're going to do is the fork this time. So again, I'm going to make a nice puddle. This time I'm going to use some green. And this time I'm just going to make a nice puddle at the bottom here. Again, adding quite a bit of water. And whilst it's still wet, I'm going to take my fork and I'm just going to drag it up through. There we go. Next one, we're going to do pretty much the same thing, but this time we're going to use a knife. Again, for any little ones, you might want to use a plastic knife or have mum and dad help you with this one. I'm going to go for a different colour. I'm going to go for orange this time. And again, similar to before, just going to take it on its side, as flat as we can, and just get a nice drag through. Depending on your knife, this one's got a little bit of serration to it, so you might get some fine lines. You can always add a bit more water or colour if you need to. And just have a play around with it. Next thing we're going to use is our kitchen sponge. So for this, as you might have guessed, you can rub it about in a pool of water if you've already made one. And you can press, you can swipe, and you can use both sides in order to get some really lovely, interesting marks. Next one that we're going to do is use our straw. So again, we want to get a nice puddle for this one. You need it to be quite watery. You can even try mixing two colours together. So I'm making it really quite watery, and I'm adding quite a lot of water to the paint on paper. And as you probably guessed, we're then just going to take the straw and have a nice wee blow through the straw. You can also use the straw to dip in your paint, like so. And then you can print it to get some lovely bubble type. Next one we'll have a go with is our lime this time. So I've got another crimson red here. Area for us. And we're going to take our lime and just give it a bit of a squeeze. You can see as the droplets of lime juice fall, it creates another chemical reaction and also disperses the paint really quite nicely. And last but not least, we have the washing up liquid mixed with a little bit of water. I'm going to use a different colour this time. I'm going to use a nice purple. Give your brush a good wash, and then you can dip it into the washing up liquid, and then you can either drop or dab onto the paint, and again we get this wonderful chemical reaction dispersing the paint. So that is all of our techniques for today. If I just peel this cling film up here, we'll see we've started to get some nice patterns. The best is really just to leave it until it dries. And if I zoom in a little bit as well, you'll see the chemical reaction with the salt has really worked beautifully. So there we have it. I'll put a bigger picture in the comments, and just now I'll show you a few different mini paintings that you could create using some of these techniques. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like, please do share for me. It might help somebody just have a little bit of fun during the day. And keep an eye out, because next week I should be hopefully doing another video for you guys with some different techniques that you could use, maybe finding some things in your garden.